Hello and welcome to The Extra Mile. I'm Linda Boudreaux. Our guest today is Christopher Turner. He is an artist from Baton Rouge, but does work here in Lafayette too. So we're going to get to meet him today and find out about his art, which to me is something unusual. We don't hear about it very, very often, which is live art, right? Live painting.
Right, exactly.
Okay. So exactly, we're going to jump right in and then we'll go backwards. But what is live painting, Christopher?
Live painting is pretty much live painting in different arenas or events. It could be a group of 50 people to a couple of 100,000 people.
Wow.
But it's done on site and it's finished
During the
on site.
event?
During the event, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
How did you get into this? It's something new for me.
Well, pretty much I was a truck driver at one point, and I saw the concept in various markets and decided to kind of expand and bring it home. And it's been a tremendous pleasure. I mean, it's definitely something that's, it's art, but yet entertainment as well. And I think it just fits into our culture.
Because it's entertainment, because people can watch you do it?
Yeah, people can watch you do it. I mean, they can interact. They can talk, and it's something that you can watch the process of. Kind of like music or any other art.
That's fun. It sounds like it would be really a lot of fun.
It is.
So are there many people doing this around here, or is this still a fairly new idea?
It's a fairly new idea.
Okay.
You have a few. I can honestly say that I'm one of the pioneers for this market.
Okay.
But it's starting to catch on. I think people are starting to be aware that it's actually there, and it's something that that's entertaining. But yet, I mean, this can be done in a music venue. It can be done at a wedding. It can be done at a sporting arena. So I mean, it definitely fits in different arenas and in different variations of our culture too.
So I guess you could have been here for Festival International. Just
I could
have. A bang up time. Huh?
Yeah, I could have.
Well, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
So is there any kind of special thing that you're looking for when you're going to do a live painting? Any special kind of environment or ambiance or folks or anything?
It's different. Some clients ask for me to capture the scene, and some clients ask for me to capture the theme of the event. For scenes, I just try to catch the best vantage point that I can catch, and to make sure that everything is included in that time frame that represents that event. When you're going with a theme, it's a little different. Perhaps I did Final Four in New Orleans.
Okay.
And that wasn't necessarily a scene painting, but definitely the logo was included. The Final Four mascots were included. The Superdome was. So it went along with the festivities of the day.
Okay, so sometimes then you can just come up with an idea that represents the event rather than the actual event.
The actual scene, yeah. And either or, it's done in various time frames. For a scene we do 3 to 4 hours. For a theme painting, that could be 10 minutes to 1 or 2 hours. So it just depends on the client and depends on what we can do to make it fit into that type of event.
Okay, so I'm going to back up a little bit, then we're going to come back to this again. But how did you? I mean, like, you said you were a truck driver and you saw this in other cities, but how did you become an artist, or were you an artist before you were a truck driver?
It was, for me, I tell people all the time it was a God-given gift, and it's something that my mother caught onto and honed into, and I got enrolled in Gifted and Talented in East Baton Rouge Parish,
which is where you're from,
right? Which is where I'm from, and I had various teachers throughout the years, and kind of gain access to different styles and techniques. What was real critical in that was my grandmother had cancer maybe my 11th grade year in school. So I opted out of an art scholarship to the Arts Institute of Dallas and stayed back home and helped my mother with my grandmother at the time. And just ended up graduating and opting into truck driving.
Okay.
And which was real critical in in me being creative and seeing, what the United States has to offer.
Because you traveled.
Because I traveled a lot, in my early 20s. So,
which is a good age to be traveling, by the
yeah,
way.
it is.
Yes,
It is. So, ended up meeting my wife a few years ago, and
Is she from here?
She's from Baton Rouge, and shared my passion of art with her, and she bought canvas, paint, brushes, and all of the works for our engagement party, and that sparked it. That sparked my creative mindset again, and started Art by Christopher Turner professionally in 2009. And at the time, it was full service. It was live painting and studio works.
That must have been a leap of faith, huh?
It was.
I mean, going from not
was.
doing it to doing it as a professional full time.
It was. It definitely was. But going back into my childhood, my uncle is Henry Turner Jr. in Flavor, and he has a band in Baton Rouge, nationally known, world known artist. Music artist. So I was around the business of art all of my life anyway. So, just putting the combination of the two together to start something like that. But it was a leap of faith. Yeah.
But you've been doing it since '09, so I'm thinking it had to be.
It was successful.
They caught you on the other side.
It definitely was successful, and as of now, Art by Christopher Turner is a full service live painting business. So,
and when you say that, what does that mean to be a full service live painting venue?
Well, typical artists, I think they're in a gallery setting, or now with the power of internet. They have online stores and stuff like that. What I decided to do is, since this is such a unique service, is kind of define it in its own way. So my studio work is not really related to Art by Christopher Turner. We'll be launching that later on next year. So the live painting service is just that. So pretty much whether it's a wedding or a sporting event or whatever, I've done events for politicians. It doesn't matter. When people see the Art by Christopher Turner, they know it's live painting, and I think it's just unique within itself.
So let me just kind of get a feel for how this happens. Let's say that you're going to do a wedding.
Right.
First of all, the client has to contact you. How does this whole thing from beginning to end work? Somebody calls you, says, "I'm having a wedding." At River Ranch at City Club.
Yeah. For instance, I just did one this previous weekend. So
it's City Club here in Lafayette.
At City Club here in Lafayette, and pretty much the client contacted me. We have two different packages. So one is a 3-hour and one is a 4-hour. She wanted the 4-hour package. Okay. We booked that date. And I show up at the venue, and I show up maybe 30 minutes before to kind of scale the room and get started on the painting. And
so you'll set up your easel, set up your canvas, and start getting the background.
Start getting the background, correct.
Okay.
Start getting the background, getting the structural details of the building itself, and once the bride and groom and the wedding party arrives, I start to add in people and little small details. A lot of brides and grooms, they like to capture the first dance.
Yeah.
And it's a real critical point in the day, because that's the first time they announce husband and wife. So
it's a very special moment.
It's a very special moment. And
what a privilege to paint that, Christopher.
It is a
really?
privilege. It's a privilege and an honor, and I don't take it lightly by any means. But so we capture that, and we start to add in the wedding party and guest, and by the end of the night it's completely finished and done, and it's a family heirloom. It's something that you could pass down
They
for
take it with them?
generations.
They take it with them?
Taking with them, yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how you really do it, because I'm thinking about that first dance.
Right.
And it's, it's moving. They're moving the whole time. It's not like
Right.
it's not like a photograph where they stop, they smile, you click, and we're done.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over the place. How do you
Yeah.
do that?
Well, I do it in a pressurialism style, so it's not really realism, but the impressionistic style was brought over from some of our French settlers here in Louisiana. And what I do is, I've had many practices throughout my life where I had to sketch people, still lives in minutes, seconds, and I think I honed in on that, and I've trained my eye and hand to sketch that bride and groom really quickly before they leave the floor. And
in that moment, with that look or that whatever, in
right,
that moment,
exactly.
You kind of get that into your head and your eye and hand. Okay.
Right. And small intricate details, I can kind of look at them for the rest of the night.
Right.
As they're mingling, to kind of capture, what the bouquet might look like on the groom, or if the bride had any subtle details to address to kind of make that painting unique.
Mm-hmm. Theirs.
Yeah. Right. And the same thing goes for the guest or the room.
So you'll be painting the guest too, then,
right?
Or fill in.
Right, exactly. So at that moment of that first dance, I mean, people have been to weddings countless of times, but everybody likes to watch that first dance.
Mm-hmm. It's very special.
It's very special. So I try to capture that whole moment, and add in guests, and it's exciting. It's exciting to see the bride's reaction and the groom's reaction, the mother of the bride. It's fun. It's fun to see the guests interact. They might come out and say, "Hey, that's me in the painting."
Yeah.
So it's a great time.
And they can watch you do it, or you're kind of in the corner and they can't see till it's
well,
done?
they can watch me do it. They can watch me do it. I try to set up somewhere where they can kind of interact and kind of go around and see what I'm doing too. So it's kind of like added entertainment as well.
Yeah. An heirloom that you can kind of watch as it's created.
Yeah. So like I said, it's really special.
And then they take it with them that night.
Right.
Now what do you work with? What
I
medium?
work with acrylic, and I work with a texture. So if you were to go online, you can see a lot of my paintings are raised in texture. So
do you use a palette knife?
I don't use a palette knife. I use a brush.
Okay. You get it raised with the brush.
And pretty much, so different aspects of the room, whether it be a chandelier, the bride's dress may be heavily textured, and it gives a three-dimensional feel to the painting as well.
Which makes it even, I think, more magical.
More magical, yeah. So, and like I said, it's in that impressionistic style. So, I think it's really a treat. I think it's amazing. And even for myself, I'm there creating it, and I'm surprised at the end result sometimes too. So,
really?
Yeah. So, it's something.
So it really is. It's an unfolding of the whole thing then.
Right. Exactly.
Because you think you might know what it's going to be, but until you see the people and everything, you don't know either.
Yeah. I don't know either. And every situation is different. Whether it's River Ranch here at the City Club, I could set up in different areas, in different time sets and capture that room or capture that event in a different light. It's amazing.
That'd be fun, huh?
Yeah.
Now, do you have any of them, or do they all go with the client?
They all go with the client.
Which is why you didn't bring any today.
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't bring any today. But we have some samples online.
Okay, so if somebody wants to go online and check out your work, how do they find you?
It's art by ChristopherTurner.com.
Okay.
Simple, but we have a button on there that says weddings. Click on the wedding button. and we have some sample videos and some sample photos from different clients as well. So you can kind of get a gist of what happens on that special night, and as well as we have a special events button as well, and you can see different events that I've done from Final Four to LSU pregame to numerous events.
So LSU pregame, I'm thinking, is very different in that there's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. That was right at 90,000 that time.
How do you do that? That's got to be ... face. Huh?
Well, in that case, that was another theme painting. So that was for auction for the band, for the Tigerland band. So
what a good idea! Yeah, so that was a fundraiser for them.
It was a fundraiser for them. So what we did was we did a tiger inspired painting, and it kind of captured like a band member with the tiger, but that was done in a 10-minute time frame. So that was some speed painting involved too.
Is that fun?
It is. You go in that area of entertainment at that point where you can feel the energy of the crowd. You can, to be on the 50-yard line on at LSU game is
painting,
amazing.
Doing a painting,
yeah, doing a painting is amazing.
Like I think I'd pay them to let me do
that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So imagine that setup and having that kind of energy. And the crowd is chanting. So I really enjoyed it. It was the first time that anything like that had been done. So it was just a pleasure. It was an idea of mine, and I was just pleased that that the university decided to go with it. And we raised some funds, but like I said, that's one of those moments where you remember for the rest of your life.
Oh my gosh, yeah! I hope somebody took pictures and videos of you down there doing it, because that's way too much fun not to have.
Exactly.
As a part of your own personal library.
Exactly.
So, what besides weddings, in terms of like this personal, do you like birthday parties for kids or any of those? I guess you could if you don't.
We could. We hadn't done any to date. But I've done like lobbyist parties. I've done like special events like fashion shows and stuff like that. So the events vary, and like I said, it's just amazing, to go in with a blank canvas and to capture something, not knowing what you're going to capture, because you never know. You never know what's going to take place, For instance, I was at a wedding in New Orleans.
You go all over, huh?
Yeah, I go all over. I go all over the state, and the bride surprised the groom with the Saints mascots. I was like, wow, I have to capture this in a painting some kind of way. So at the last minute, I find myself adding in the Saints mascots into the painting. So just little surprises that you probably wouldn't know, if time permits. I like to add in. It gives the painting depth and character, and it makes it a one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. It makes it really theirs, whatever their symbolism is or whatever happened.
Right.
Them.
Exactly.
How do people find out about you? Do you promote? Do you advertise? Is it word of mouth?
Yeah, I promote, advertise. The internet has been really great for us. My wife is also my business partner as well.
That helps.
That helps. She's the real boss. I like to joke and tell people.
Oh, I don't think you're joking.
No, it's not. It's not a joke at all.
No, that's true.
So we do advertisement. We do a little TV, a little print ad. Our online presence is real strong.
Okay, that's important.
Yeah, we blog. We have a blog, the website, and believe it or not, a lot of word of mouth. You can imagine how unique the service is. So a lot of people, hey, we saw this. You might want to go check this out.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of referral calls that way, and it's been a great time. to do something that you love doing and you have a passion for.
Exactly.
I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better, and to interact with people. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a hometown boy, but Louisiana is great, and to kind of capture anything that goes on within our culture is a great time too. So I just enjoy it. Like you said earlier, it's fun.
Yeah, and I ask people that like you that have made a business out of their passion how you do it, because I think people watching, there's somebody out there today watching who has something that they love to do,
Right.
and that they would love to know how to make it a reality in terms of how do you make a living doing what you love, and what is it like making a living doing what you love.
Right. Oh, for me, it's I tell people all the time, it's not a job for me. It's a joy.
It shows.
I enjoy doing it. So me waking up at maybe 8, 9 in the morning, starting my work day, does not necessarily work for me. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy capturing their lives on canvas. I enjoy just simple times where. Like right now, I enjoy talking about what I do. It's fun, and for somebody that has that passion for something that they love doing and it's not yet a business, just remember that it is, and format yourself in that way where you're able to, structure yourself as a business, but enjoy it.
And you have to have the discipline, though.
You have to have discipline.
You got to do the work.
You have to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to stay diligent, and you have to time yourself. You have to structure and schedule yourself. And stick to it. So that's my goal set. That's my mindset, and I think that's how we get it accomplished. And having a partner doesn't hurt either.
Especially a partner that's your boss.
Yeah,
huh? We have just a couple minutes left, but you mentioned earlier, and I just wanted to follow up. You said that next year you're launching art by some other kind of studio or something.
Yeah, well, we're gonna launch a sub company called the Turner Collection, and for about a year. It's been about a year or two since I've launched a collection, and meaning collection is in the sense of a big body of studio work.
Okay, are you still doing some studio work?
I'm still doing some studio work, and I plan on doing a lot more, especially with this sub company. But the Turner Collection is going to be more of contemporary works that can go with your home decorative stuff or your commercial properties. So,
but still original art.
Still original art. Still, I would say still Louisiana influence.
Okay.
Still, just something that you can hang in your house for a lifetime. But I just felt like that we needed to separate the two. I think that the live painting is just taking on something of its own.
Is that your favorite?
For me, I love both of them. I love both of them.
You don't have a favorite child, do you?
I do not.
I
do not. But I enjoy both of them. I think as long as I'm creating, and to see somebody interact with what I've created, or just see their own passion in something, and we make that connection in some way, I'm okay. I can do this for the rest of my life if somebody enjoys it as much as I can.
Well, it sounds great. And in the last, say, 30 seconds, how can people reach you if they want? I know they can go to your website and look at your work.
Right. It's artbychristopherturner.com, and our number is 225 area code 283-1113.
Okay. And probably Art by Christopher
Turner
is the easiest way to get you.
Right.
I would think. Do people need to give you a lot of lead time if they want to schedule something?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so plan ahead.
Yeah. Plan ahead. I would say 6 to 8 months ahead.
Okay. So We're not talking last minute here.
Yeah, yeah. People luck up sometimes, you know, and we're able to accommodate. But I would definitely try to plan ahead.
Okay. Well, I hope, I look forward to going to your website and seeing some of your work, but I
Okay,
love
great.
what you do, love your energy. I'm just so glad you came today. So
Okay.
thank you, Christopher.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching The Extra Mile.